I can hear someone talking. It's... Ulrich, good morning. Ulrich is still here. I wondered if he'd slept as I approached.
Breakfast is ready over there. Eat as much as you like.
Thank you. Breakfast was a kind of buffet. I put some of the various kinds of bread on display on a small plate and watched the other two. Elkreed is holding a newspaper, and Ulrich... Did you read your book there since yesterday?
Yeah. Something wrong with that?
No. It's nice to have something you're passionate about. Elkreed, what are our appointments today? When are we leaving? Elkreed pondered this with one hand on his chin. Then he shook his head.
My hangover has worn me out. We will rest here today.
Rest? We're not going to the bank?
We're not. A warrior's respite.
A warrior's respite? A drunkard's wasted day. And you're the head, too.
The position doesn't matter. Even the head skips a day sometimes.
You are resolved to skip work today. A hangover is your own fault. Should you really be taking the day off because of it?
You are a strict woman. If my bank went bankrupt from a day of absence, it would go bankrupt before long anyway. I'll have word sent to them so they aren't confused. I'll enjoy some quiet moments here. You may do as you like. With Ulrich.
What?
Oh, apologies. Perhaps that carried the wrong connotation. I merely want you to show her Libralitas.
You're totally setting them up now.
No way in hell! No way! That's gonna be super boring!
It's a work assignment. Boring or not, it's your job.
Even more so, then. I do spy work for you. Spy work! Ask one of your grunts to do this.
2 gold coins.
Elkreed narrowed his eyes and held up 2 fingers.
If you accept right now, you get another 3 silvers. Yes or no?
Ulrich groaned and glared at me.
Just this once. I'm showing her around exactly once.
What? Is this how much I'm worth? 2 gold coins and 3 silvers. He was so unfriendly. I wanted to chalk it up to the follies of youth, but he was probably not going to change. If I snap back now, I'm no better than him. Come on, snap back. Learning more about the depths was going to be important for my life there. I have to pay attention and learn all I can. It will be valuable. I took a deep breath, hoping to steady my temper, and opened my mouth. This is a paid assignment by Elkreed. I request that you not falter in your duties.
What? Of course not! I know everything about this city. You're gonna get the best tour there ever will be. Better be grateful.
Elkreed smiled, bemused by Ulrich's sudden enthusiasm. It's gonna be the best damn tour you ever been on, woman. So be thankful. Alright, it better be great. After we finished breakfast, Ulrich and I headed out into town. Compared to the talkative, lively nature of Elkreed, Ulrich was quiet from beginning until the end. He walked a few steps ahead of me, only turning around periodically. This can't be called showing the city. I walked a little faster to catch up. You took this on as a job. You should treat it with at least the minimum amount of diligence.
The minimum? If you're trying to tell me to be all nice to you, then no way. That wasn't in the job description. This is the main road. You already know it, right? What else is there to say for me? Nothing.
Nothing. If you're not going to talk about it, I might as well wander around myself. My thoughts went around in a circle like a snake biting its own tail. Ulrich had done so much to guide me to that city. Based on Elcreed's attitude, I suspected that he was quite good at gathering intelligence. But his attitude... Can nothing be done about this? I wasn't a short-tempered kind of person, but neither was I particularly magnanimous. I was worried I would eventually snap at him.
Man, why do I have to be the nanny?
Nanny? We're the same age, excuse you. Okay, well, definitely not that one. He doesn't want us to be on the same playing field. Barf. So look, suck it up, princess. Yeah, I figured as much. That doesn't matter, does it? A job's a job. Stop grumbling and do it properly.
Fine.
Ulrich scratched his head in annoyance and turned away.
That's the florist. That place has groceries. That's the tailor. Over there's the baker. Those places are cafes. That's a restaurant. That's the general store. That's the watchmaker. All done.
What a haphazard explanation.
Shut up. You don't get to complain when you're being taught new stuff. Wow, I'm hungry. Let's set up a stall.
A stall?
Like that one over there. It's selling crepes. I'm not gonna shell out for you, so if you're hungry, buy one yourself.
Ulrich walked away towards that so-called stall. One word too many. Or two or three. I smiled wryly and followed him. Buy it myself, huh? Elcreed had given me some money when I'd left the building. I couldn't decide whether I should use it on a crepe.
Old man! One chocolate crepe with chocolate sauce and chocolate chips.
Oh, now you speak in my language. I walked up to the stall and looked at it. I couldn't read the letters of the depths, but I suspected the recurring word was crepe. This is a stall, huh? In my homeland. In my homeland. Shops were traditionally inside buildings. Every so often there were festivals where sellers walked around with large boxes of goods. I've never encountered this vendor model before. The vendors looked like a handcart. There were wheels, and I suspected it was mobile. Very smart. He can make everything fresh on the spot.
Why are you looking at the wheels so much? Is this kind of thing rare where you're coming from?
It's very rare that food is sold out on the street like this. Very curious.
It's pretty normal here. You guys don't eat on the go?
Of course not. Eating on the go is improper.
Improper.
Ulrich received his crepe and began to walk away. Between large bites and chewing, he looked at me. Really? How much affection did I have to get with you to get this amazing offer? Okay, you know what? I'm like a fifth to a quarter of the way there.
Alright, I'll let you have a bite.
No need.
Just take a bite.
I said there's no need. It's He shoved the crepe into my open mouth. I love tsunderes. They're so aggressively sweet. When I closed it in haste, a fair chunk of crepe ended up inside my mouth.
Ha ha ha. Your first time eating on the go, then, is it? Congratulations.
What did you do? I have cream on my cheeks now.
Here's a handkerchief. You eat pasta on a plate, right? Nothing wrong with this, then.
But...
What about the taste? Did you like it?
It was good.
All's well, then. Just forget about the rest. Oh, but wash the handkerchief and give it back, okay?
I'm shocked you would actually trust me to wash it and give it back without putting my germs on it. Who is this Ulrich? Ulrich finished his crepe and tossed the paper bag into a nearby trash can.
Alright then. I'll show you around some more. No time to waste!
Okay. I had to walk faster to keep up. It was just one bite, and in the end he did buy me a crepe. I was shocked by this sudden kindness, right? No. Knowing him, this probably wasn't done out of kindness. Still, I could still taste the soft sweetness of the chocolate cream in my mouth. After that, Ulrich dragged me around more of the city. I saw a long row of factories lining a canal. The mechanical manufacturing industry was connected there, or concentrated there, and only the workers in Ulrich were allowed inside. Next we went to the lake. Here the citizens came to relax. Artificial turf had been put by the shore. Apparently Ulrich went there to nap sometimes. Okay. Lastly, we went to areas undergoing development. I saw a lot of construction sites there, but couldn't tell what they were going to become. Ulrich said Ulrich was overseeing all the financing. Ulrich comes up a lot when Ulrich talks. It was clear to me as I listened to him how close the two were. How did those two end up meeting?
That should be about it. The whole city explained. Something wrong? Any questions? You can't get lost anywhere, so that should be enough, right?
Ulrich came up a lot when you talked.
What? What does that mean?
Just what I said. Rather than showing me the city, you gave me a tour of his organization. I realized how close you two are. I'm a little jealous.
Jealous of who?
Of both of you. I don't have anybody like that right now.
Right now? Does that mean you used to?
Oh. Yes, in the Heights. I recalled Finn.
I see. If they're up there, you won't see them again, huh?
Hey. We'll see about that. I haven't given up on going back yet.
Let's see how that turns out.
He shrugged and I went on. Your tour wasn't really any different from Ulrich's.
What?
He didn't show me the factories, but the places he showed me were similar to yours. I suppose even someone in your trade has strengths and weaknesses. I learned something.
What's that exactly? Are you making fun of me?
No, I'm just being honest. We all have strengths and weaknesses. Don't worry about it.
I will, though, idiot. I didn't take you some places because it'd be effort, but if you insist, then we'll go.
Go where?
You'll see. Just don't freak out whatever you see, okay?
Freak out? Where are you taking me? He didn't wait for my answer and walked off into one of the small side streets we had passed by earlier. Where are we going? I didn't understand why he wasn't telling me, but followed him nonetheless. Squint. The hectic noise of the main road subsided. Is it safe so far off the beaten track? Ulrich ignored my unspoken concerns and walked on soundlessly. And finally... Oh, this is where Finn came out. He stopped in a little gloomy side street. This is...
These are the back alleys. They have no names.
Back alleys? I stood next to Ulrich and looked around. It's a totally different world compared to the main road. It was a cold site, devoid of organic life, completely different from the wide main roads that were symbolic of the progressive depths. Pipes ran from building to building to building, with dark, muddy substances dripping from the seams and forming dirty pools on the ground. I can smell oil. Very different from the Sanctuary District. It looked more civilized than the Sanctuary District, but I didn't want to live there. I didn't know you had areas like these here, too.
Nobody wants to look at dirty things. And keep your voice down. I don't want to provoke the people living here.
People live here?
Of course. Society in the depths is very stratified, and the really poor ones live on the street right here. See that guy sleeping over there?
Yeah, he's right. There was a bundle of clothes and bags which someone was using to sleep in. When I looked closely enough, I could see the feet sticking out. I didn't know you had homeless people in Libra Elitis, too. I mean, no one's going to help. I feel like if I say poor man, he's gonna be like, well, he brought it on himself. You gotta be smart if you want to survive in this world, you know? Like me. I'm a self-made man. Don't you forget it. Yeah, my gut feeling's this. Like this, he's gonna just be like, you're so naive. Poor man, he's probably gonna be like, he kinda deserves to be here. I think he might be surprised by her answer. She's just like, life's tough, man. Yeah. Life is harsh.
Yeah. Some of these people chose to live out here. Others didn't. They've gone bankrupt from gambling or something like that.
Gambling?
Yeah. Elkreed is an idiot, but he's not dumb. He only lends to people that will probably pay him back. If you lost your money and nobody's going to lend you more, you get the choice of this or death. You gotta be careful too.
Okay, I was on the right track with you. It's fine. I don't gamble.
Really? It's pretty fun to trick the idiots.
I'm not interested. I don't even want to go where others are tricked.
Oh, right. You're that knight on a white horse.
Going bankrupt from gambling, huh? There were gambling establishments in the Heights, too, although I'd never gone. As far as I remembered, the amount of money you could bet was decided by your salary. It was impossible to go bankrupt. Interesting. Another point where our societies are very different.
Ah!
What? The screams were accompanied by the sound of frantic running. A middle-aged man appeared from the shadow of a building.
Ah!
He stumbled over something on the ground and fell headlong. Several others approached the man.
Ha 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 ha. Let's stop playing hide and seek now. Man, you've got no endurance. I'll give him hell.
Ah! Ah!
Help! Please!
I have to help him! I tried to run towards the man, but Ulrich held me back by the arm.
You don't. Stay here and don't do anything.
Are you kidding me? They're beating him up. Can't you see that?
I know that. But you shouldn't fight these guys. They're beating up a man from the Heights.
From the Heights?
Yes. I know these things. It's my job knowing who's after who. Most of the people the Heights exile go to the Sanctuary District, but it sucks to live there, right? Some people try to make it over here. As you probably know, most people in the Depths hate the people from the Heights. The guy they're beating up decided to live here anyway. He knew the risk.
And you're telling me to ignore this?
Yeah. Some get frustrated and take it out on people from the Heights. There's hardly a feeling of guilt, and I guess some of them think they're doing a good thing. People like you from the Heights are easy marks, and a decent way for them to have some fun.
Gonna say I'm naive. He's going to say, well, they think they're doing what's right, and he kind of agrees and like he understands the hatred. So is this my only recourse then? I just can't see the other options ending good. So, yeah. There you go. Man, he's all about that tough love, I guess. What? So you want me to watch him die?
Yeah. Not that we can be sure it'll come to that. Just don't interfere. You're Elt's bodyguard. You represent him. We can't have you forcing his hand with some kind of brash intervention.
Forcing his hand?
He'll be obligated to take a position on the situation. You're from the Heights. Plenty of people don't want you near Elt. You need to consider that when you act on your own. I don't like you, but I'm not doing this to provoke you. Trust me and stop. Don't look at me like that. He's the same as any beggar you see. Sometimes you just get unlucky. You can't save them all. If you tried, you'd be wasting your time. It's better to leave them alone.
You don't think that's cold?
Nope. You're just a child.
Yeah, this is just gonna be like tough love, man. Like, you gotta be street smart to survive in Liber Elitas.
Hey, he's not moving. Old man. Hey. He's dead, man. Thought he'd be a little more fun. Let's see what he's got in his pockets.
The men began to strip him clean of his possessions. This was looting the dead, plain and simple.
Nothing valuable on him. Let's go.
The men filed away, either content or looking for their next victim. All that remained was the corpse on the ground, beaten to death. Why did they kill him?
I told you. He's from the Heights.
Just because of his birth?
Well,
Are you really okay with there being people who get killed just because of where they were born?
it doesn't matter whether I'm okay with it. It just happens. I mean, they killed him precisely because all they knew about him was his birth.
What do you mean?
Think about a chicken. You've only ever eaten chicken prepared by someone else, right? You were rich. So all of those chickens you ate were killed by someone else. Think about who kills them. It's probably the butcher. He might like the look of one chicken more than the others, but it's not a big deal. He can kill them. But what if he raised that chick himself until it was a chicken? You think he could kill it? This is the same thing. There's nothing specific like hate attached to killing people from the Heights. It's just a way to pass the time. I just mean, you have to be careful. You won't know a lot of people while you're still new. You're a good target for people. Enough about this. Let's go back.
So basically, I'm a nameless chicken until I make a name for myself. And people get to know me and be like, oh, well, now I feel kind of bad beating her up. Ugh. Ugh. Oof is all I can say. Ulrich turned around. A good target. The man had been killed for no reason other than being from the Heights. And I was right here. I could have saved him. You could have saved him for that day. But as soon as you disappeared, he was just going to get killed. And then you were going to be in trouble, and then Elkree was going to be in trouble. That's what Ulrich's trying to tell you. Unfortunately. I saw the body lying in the distance. His face was turned towards me. He seemed to be looking at me. His expression was an accusation, twisted by pain. I followed Ulrich, asking myself whether I had really made the right decision. I mean, we got up in affection with them, so that would indicate to me we did make the right decision. But if you mean the right decision in just living your life, there was no good way to deal with that. We left the back alleys. By the time we made it back to the Valentine residence, it was evening. Ulrich stretched himself, the darkening city at his back.
Whoa. I'm so tired. Enough nannying. Forever. I'm not doing this again.
He manages to be a jerk until the end. I was frankly impressed by how bad his attitude was. I did learn a lot thanks to him, though. I shouldn't snap back. I nodded curtly to Ulrich. Thank you for today. What happened in the back alley aside, I had a good time today.
Yeah, cool. Perfect. I didn't.
If he'd just leave out the last part... I decided to ignore it and looked at him. I wonder if the people from the depths and from the heights will ever get along.
Probably not. At least I won't.
Why not? What did they do to you?
Want me to tell you?
If possible, yes.
It's not possible, though. You wouldn't understand.
You won't know that until you try.
Even if you did, there's nothing you can do about it. It's a natural result of the past that you guys are hated down here. I hate you too. I wouldn't have talked to you if he hadn't ordered me. You should thank Elt.
Hey, wait! Ulrich! He's gone. What is your story? Elt, tell me the story. This boy's being a butt.
Oh, welcome home, Cyrus. I didn't expect you so early.
Elcreed.
How was the tour Ulrich gave you? Well, looking at you, I can tell that it left something to be desired. What happened?
We saw someone get killed in a back alley.
Ah, a shocking sight, I have no doubt. And?
That's all. I wanted to save him, but Ulrich stopped me. He said the victim was from the heights, so we shouldn't save him. It would cause trouble for you, Elcreed.
I see. I dislike being used to argue something in my absence, but he was right. Even if he hadn't been from the heights, it's better not to get involved. The people living in those alleys are dangerous. Murders are the bread and butter there.
I see. Bread and butter, huh? It doesn't look like he thinks there's something wrong with his death either. Is this because he was from the heights? Are you so cold because he was from the heights? Wherever he was born, he's a resident of Libra Elitis now as well.
Oh, I see. You suspect I may be valuing him less because of his birth in the heights? The answer is no. Nobody's death phases me. Well, within reasonable limits.
Why?
Because I have other priorities. The living are more important to me. I don't think I discriminate particularly myself.
Particularly?
Yes. I generally like the heights, but there might still be lingering prejudice. I appended particularly to be on the safe side.
Elcreed. Why do the people in the depths discriminate against those from the heights? I expected a similar answer to Ulrich's. Still, I had to try. Perhaps I was going to get something different out of him.
Don't the heights hate us too? There's nothing unusual about it.
I suppose, but... don't you think the people who live here deserve human rights no matter where they come from? Did he really deserve to be killed like that just for being born in the heights? I can't bring myself to accept something so cruel.
That's freedom.
Freedom.
Yes, freedom. The free choice of career, of lifestyle, of love. The heights shackle you with laws, but here you are free. Freedom comes with personal responsibility. If you oppose the conduct of others, prove to them that you have more power. The powerless either bow or die. The man they killed lost. The people from the heights have no power here, so their lives are harder than ours. You shouldn't be going around appealing to everyone's sense of fairness. You should protect me. Don't forget that, my knight.
Elcreed.
I'm going back to my room. There's food for you over there, or you may ask my servants to make you something. Until later.
Elkreed smiled like always and left. I was alone in a large room. Alone. Me, someone from the heights. I have no power here, Gandalf the Grey. I had a sword with which to protect the weak, but I wasn't allowed to draw it. I have to accept that if I want to live here. But... biting doubt gnawed at my heart. Alright, now that that depression is over, nice tango music! Yay!
Alright, shall we go over tomorrow's appointments?
Elkreed had appeared again after dinner. Oh, yes, I forgot to ask earlier. Is your hangover gone, Elkreed?
Not entirely, but I'm not going to take 2 days off. Work piles up during my absence.
So we're going to the bank tomorrow. Good.
Good? How so? While we're in the bank, your job is extremely tedious. All you do is stand behind me.
Perhaps it's tedious, but having work is in itself good. I have nothing to do on days off. And besides, today was exhausting as well.
Exhausting because you were with me. Sorry about that, lady.
Ah, better music. Ulrich, you practically rise out of the ground.
I'm not a kobold or anything. It's just my own business when I decide to show up, and none of yours.
I suppose I'm partly to blame for how I phrased it, but he's just so rude.
Elt, give me the money. I did your nanny job.
Nanny.
Well, it was. I was nice enough to spend some time with you. Sure, you thanked me, but you also complained tons for no reason.
There's something called manners. You need to work on your attitude.
Oh, really? Sorry. No can do. I didn't grow up in some fancy ivory tower like Elt. Leave me alone.
I wish I was allowed to beat some sense into you.
You two are getting along nicely.
I hate him. I do not hate him. I mean, the only appropriate tsundere response is, we aren't. Baka. What are you talking about? We're not getting along.
Yeah. You need to buy yourself some new glasses if this looks like we're getting along to you.
You wouldn't be fighting if you didn't care a little about each other. And you make a nice couple. You're the same height, too.
Now kiss.
We don't, and it doesn't matter how tall I am. I'm gonna get bigger anyway.
You're 18. I doubt it. This is as tall as you'll get.
Elkreed laughed and retrieved a few coins from his pocket. So rude.
Thank you for your willingness to undertake the most unreasonable of jobs for me, Ulrich.
Don't ask me to do it if you know it's unreasonable.
That's impossible. You're the only one I can entrust with them. Please understand.
Shit. If I die from overwork, it's gonna be your fault.
I will make sure you receive a proper burial.
And he's gone.
Isn't he fun?
I don't understand, Ulrich. I try to, but his attitude makes no sense.
Don't rush it. Just don't let go of him. He has no friends. So, I would like you to be his friend if that's possible.
Friend? If that was my employer's wish, then I wanted to fulfill it. But it's Ulrich. This isn't going to be easy. I see. I will do what I can. I guess. I'm so tired. I unbuckled my sword and put it up against the wall. Why is Ulrich like that anyway? He was actively pushing back against my attempts to be on good terms with him.
It's called being a tsundere.
There wasn't really anything I could do. Maybe this is exactly what Ulrich meant. I'll have to trust Ulrich and not let go of him. I was sure he hated me, so my attempts to be a part of his life were going to irritate him. That was okay. I was told not to let go of him, so I'll make sure I don't. Ah, first time from his perspective, yes! Gimme, 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 gimme. Gimme, 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 inner thoughts, gimme, 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 gimme. I'm so excited for this.
Man, I'm beat. I left Elt's house and walked back to my own residence. The fastest way to get there was the tunnels. But I wanted to feel the breeze, so I chose a more roundabout path. Talking to a wide scope of people was part of my job, so I could walk basically forever. Even traveling over rooftops or long surveillance shifts didn't tire me. So why was I so exhausted?
It's called hanging out with people. Depletes your battery.
It's her fault in Ulrich's. I'm sure of it. Showing her around isn't my job. I'm not a tourism guy. Why didn't Elt do it? Why did I have to nanny her? I hate her so much, and yet he wants me to be nice to her or something. No way. No way in hell. Yeah, I'll never do that. She's from the Heights, and I hate the people from the Heights. I gotta stick to that.
I don't know. Sounds like you're trying to convince yourself.
Why can't Elt understand that? Stupid Four Eyes.
Wow, so rude.
I could hear a strange sound as I made my way through the back streets I'd been to earlier.
Is he still alive? Oh.
It's a woman's voice.
A woman's voice, okay. Oh, Could she have been with that guy, maybe?
I stared into the darkness and saw a woman curled up and crying. The dead man was near her.
Yeah? Here's a big revelation for you, Ulrich. People from the Heights have feelings.
A relative? I snuck up on the woman. She didn't notice my approach. I could see her putting her hand on the man's cheek. Her hair and skin color is very different. She's not his daughter. Did he buy her? No, he didn't have the money for that. The woman looks like a beggar too. I guess it doesn't really matter where she's from. I was used to witnessing murders and what it left behind. It was a part of the city. It didn't affect me. There was no reason at all for me to feel anything over the death of a stranger. Still. Fragments of my conversation with Cyrus flashed in my mind and stopped myself from walking past. What am I doing? There's no point in stopping here. He's dead anyway.
Aw, you see her in your mind, though.
There's nothing I can do at all. He's not gonna come back to life, and I didn't make a mistake earlier either. That was just his luck. Getting beaten to death was on the cards for him. It wasn't for me to intervene. Who gives a shit about those people from the Heights? Getting their heads smashed in serves them right. Yeah, it was. It had to be. I tried to convince myself of it, but the creaking gears of my heart kept me in place. Oh, shit.
She's getting to you.
Hey, you there. Why are you crying? You're related to him? The woman twitched and looked at me. Don't be scared. I'm not gonna do anything. I just have a few questions.
I live in the street over there. He saved me.
Saved you? This dude from the heights?
Yes. The men were going to attack me and he saved me. But they killed him.
Oh, so you were just stupid, huh? You even made the first move. If you lay low, people are probably going to ignore you, but you just had to be a hero. No wonder that got you killed. I sighed and rifled through my pockets. I took a few of the coins I'd received as payment and gave them to her. This area isn't safe. You shouldn't be here. Just go. He's not going to rest in peace if you get attacked again.
Thank you.
The woman thanked me some more and left. I saw her shadow disappear into the darkness. You'd be alive if you hadn't tried to save her. Cyrus tried to save this guy, and he tried to save the woman. Not because they knew each other, but because they were in trouble. And what did I do? I didn't do anything. I left them alone because it's too much of a hassle. Doing nothing keeps me safe. It's pretty obvious that I'm in the right here. My life is too important to risk it for some total stranger. Still. What the hell is wrong with me? Why do I keep thinking about this? The corpse at my feet didn't speak or move. He couldn't hear me. Soft hearts get you killed. Idiot. Very interesting.